Loving yourself is not a crime, so never allow someone to dim your light or let alone discourage you at the end of the day when you know how to treat yourself right and you ain't got malicious intentions. It's a thought process to me. Loving yourself is not a crime. They try to humiliate you that day, made you feel like you had to question yourself, are you even worthy? To even come out your comfort zone to be yourself. But God allowed you to see your faith so you didn't give up on yourself. Recognize at the end of the day to choose yourself, to better yourself. Understanding that you went from a non-believer to a believer at the end of the day, to show up for yourself in the most healthiest way, not to dim your light, let alone get discouraged. Because when it came to he say, she said, it definitely wasn't making sense at the end of the day when it came to your character. Humanity, you're worthy at the end of the day to treat yourself right, to understand your priorities, to get them straight, and understand all that at the end of the day, when it comes to self-awareness, you are worthy. Trauma and pain made you dysfunctional, had you going in circles, but you was truly praying not to go against yourself, but to better yourself, to love yourself correctly. How God works in mysterious ways, show you at the end of the day that you are truly a believer, because you recognize your faith and you wasn't trying to dim your light that day. They try to discourage you in the most unhealthiest way. They threw sport at you right to left, only to realize they didn't even recognize themselves, to realize at the end of the day, they judged the book by its cover, because at the end of the day, they know you was truly protected. How God works in mysterious ways at the end of the day, when you was truly praying for yourself, not against yourself, you was asking for protection for all the right directions, and God was showing up in the most healthiest way to show you at the end of the day, I got your back. That energy is different when you truly self-reflect and mentally go within, not to make yourself mentally unstable, to go crazy within. Loving yourself is not a crime. They judged a book by its cover when it came to you. You were supposed to be mentally unstable, but you chose yourself to better yourself, not to dim your light, let alone get discouraged. When someone tried to use you, they took your kindness for weakness. They portrayed you to be somebody you truly wasn't. They was truly hating at the end of the day, and they wanted to sit at your table just to take notes at the end of the day, and they fell short when it came to common sense at the end of the day that they truly wasn't real, only for their mask to fall off, and God was truly protecting you, showing you at the end of the day everybody wasn't supposed to be part of your journey, and that's okay. Humanity, you're worthy. Humanity, you are worthy. Loving yourself, showing up for yourself, bettering yourself. They would never understand the obstacles that was placed in front of you, that was supposed to make you mentally unstable, but you chose yourself to believe in yourself, not to lose hope at the end of the day, when you was willing and able to treat yourself right, regardless to the pain. Humanity, you're worthy. Don't get discouraged today. My content ain't for everybody, and that's okay. But loving yourself is not a crime, so never allow someone to dim your light, because they don't understand your direction that God installed within you when it comes to your protection, that you are worthy to choose you, to better yourself at the end of the day. They would never understand when you're truly smiling on the inside and it shows on the outside how truly at peace you are with yourself. It wasn't an overnight process, but you was understanding the mindset at the end of the day, to understand the change and growth at the end of the day. You was willing to understand change and growth at the end of the day because you was willing to choose you. When they gave up on you, they overlooked you, they judged a book by its cover. They took your kindness for weakness, they humiliated your character at the end of the day for somebody you truly wasn't. And God was truly showing you the way. They lied on your name. He say, she say, definitely wasn't that enough, only to realize that, dang, they truly had enough. They judge a book by its cover. Now they got to get in tune with themselves and self-reflect. The real at the end of the day, everybody's have to be played with. And now they got to move accordingly, to understand and remove the mask, to go within, to understand self-awareness. That they wasn't truly real at the end of the day because they was bothering an innocent person when it came to you. And you ain't had malicious intentions. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Wow. When you knew how to respect somebody, regardless of what you was going through mentally. Trauma and pain at the end of the day, you wasn't allowing yourself to become a victim. You went within circles to find peace within. They would never understand it wasn't never an overnight process, but you was willing to choose yourself to better yourself, not to dim your light. Loving yourself is not a crime. And I say that respectfully. They would never understand your walk of life when they didn't understand how did you move accordingly. You didn't have folks to love you the proper way, let alone respect you. But you still knew how to show up for somebody that day, not take their kindness or weakness when someone gave you the bare minimum at the end of the day. The short change when it came to common sense, the lack of awareness that they truly had that day. Saying that they were so real, only to realize at the end of the day they mask fell off and you was the only one actually being real. It really be the thought process to me. When you mean what you say what you mean, you ain't got to discourage your neighbor. At the end of the day, you want everybody to elevate. But they would never be able to see your vision when they try to discourage you at the end of the day, all because you chose yourself to better yourself, to uplift yourself. And you ain't have malicious intentions, regardless of what you was going through. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You allowed yourself to choose you when God allowed you to see another day. You man of your word, don't get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody, and loving yourself is not a crime. So never get discouraged or dim your light at the end of the day because someone didn't know how to treat you right, let alone show up for you. They abused you. They disrespected you the most unhealthiest way. They discriminated against you. They said that you wasn't going to be nobody. You wasn't worthy at the end of the day. You wasn't proving nothing to nobody. You was just showing up for yourself in a healthy way. Because you wasn't trying to get discouraged, because you understood your faith. That God installed within you at the end of the day, that God was still being patient with you. And you wasn't trying to become a victim. The energy is different. Loving yourself is not a crime, so never dim your light at the end of the day. Misery loves company. Don't live in your book today. They would never understand the obstacles that was placed in front of you that was supposed to make you mentally unstable, dysfunctional, feeling like you need a straight body jacket, going in circles. But God was truly protecting you at the end of the day, removing that pain. So you can actually see at the end of the day that your dreams can become your reality. Being saved. How God works in mysterious ways. I don't worship the devil, and I say that respectfully. All money and good money, I always move accordingly. The energy is different. When you can look in the mirror and mean what you say, you recognize your confidence. To love yourself, to better yourself. You ain't got to discourage nobody at the end of the day. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding days. When you just trying to better yourself. It's a thought process for me. Hate in disguise. They continue to multiply. But you continue to elevate, never get discouraged. When the math ain't making sense at the end of the day. When they try to dim your light and God showed you a better way. When God closed that door for all the right reasons, it showed you at the end of the day who your enemy truly was when you least expected. You wasn't in competition with nobody. You just knew how to show up for yourself, to respect yourself. And everybody just loved you for who you truly are with no malicious intentions. The energy is different. When you know how to respect somebody, playing them close at the end of the day, nah. You wasn't on that type of timing because you was truly woke. I said what I said. It's the thought process for me. Loving yourself is not a crime. It really isn't. My content is not for everybody. It's not. But never dim your light because someone tries to discourage you. And you ain't got malicious intentions. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. But you allowed yourself to go within and love yourself right. See another day at the end of the day. Not to dim your light because God installed another day within you. To treat yourself right, not to dim your light. Get discouraged? Nah, that wasn't part of God's timing. Loving yourself to elevate. God said you got this. And don't give up on yourself to allow someone to discourage you. And I say that respectfully. Stay true to yourself at the end of the day. Being real, everybody's not the same. And I say that respectfully because common sense ain't common sense nowadays. So you got to be careful at the end of the day to protect your energy. At the end of the day, when you least expect, you could be talking to the enemy. But when God truly protects you, show you at the end of the day that, wait, hold on 1 second, you can't go through that door. It'd be the thought process to me where you understand your priorities. To understand at the end of the day what a red flag looks like up close in person, they would never understand your faith. At the end of the day, who you truly allow yourself to see. The good God is protecting you. When you truly pray at the end of the day, not against yourself, but you truly praying for your enemy. To show him at the end of the day, I ain't got to discourage you what you trying to do to me. I hope you find peace in your own lane one day, neighbor. But stay in your lane. Neighbor, 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 stay in your lane, neighbor. I love myself, not dimming my light because of you. Aha! Misery loves company. God ain't entertaining you today. I ain't entertaining you today. It be the thought process. I mean, how they want you to come out of character when they antagonize you at the end of the day, or because you're bettering yourself to love yourself, not to become victim to the wounds that was endured with you from a child point of view to went into adulthood. It wasn't an overnight process, healing trauma and pain, but you showed up for you to understand at the end of the day that you truly are worthy. It's a thought process to me. My content is not for everyone. It's not. But I truly preach the time to the genuine ones only. Loving yourself is not a crime, so never allow someone to dim your light, let alone discourage you at the end of the day, because you know how to show up for yourself, to treat yourself right, to understand self-respect, to stay in your lane. And everybody's not meant to be part of your journey, and that's okay, because God will send all the right people into your life to respect you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, but no malicious intentions when it comes to pain. And I say that respectfully. Kicking you down, discouraging you at the end of the day, that's not how God installed us, and I say that respectfully. That's why everybody's not meant to be part of your journey. I said what I said. It's the thought process for me. Loving yourself is not a crime. Always be yourself. And I say that respectfully. We all don't tie our shoe the same. But it's called respect, neighbor. And that's okay. Like, when you choose yourself to mentally go within, to understand that, wow, I want to remove this mask to become my best self vision of myself. You got to understand at the end of the day, it's no race or competition when it comes to healing. It's not. And the good God is not for sale. I don't worship the devil. All money ain't good money, and I say that respectfully. I only move accordingly. It be the thought process for me. But loving yourself is not a crime. Neighbor, regardless of my sexual orientation at the end of the day, we may not pray the same, but I know how to respect my neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day with no malicious intentions. I don't pray against my neighbor. I pray for my neighbor in the most healthiest way. I ain't trying to dim your light. I want you to truly elevate. It be the thought process me. Everybody don't be on the same page, and that's okay. But that's why when God shows you the right direction, who's truly for you at the end of the day, they're not going to use you, abuse you, or manipulate you at the end of the day, or let alone disrespect you, or take your kindness or weakness, or portray you to be somebody you're truly not when it comes to lies at the end of the day, gaslighting. And I say that respectfully, because when God shows up, the energy is different. And you ain't got to manipulate the good God. And I say that respectfully. Worshiping the devil, nah, that was the enemy talking. It really be the thought process for me. When you're choosing yourself to better yourself, they would never understand how did you overcome the obstacles to love yourself in the most healthiest way. To be at peace with yourself. You ain't got to wear a mask. They're never going to understand at the end of the day the confidence it took for you at the end of the day to recognize at the end of the day that you are truly worthy. They gave up on you. They overlooked you. They judged a book by its cover. They tried to dim your light, let alone discourage you and said that you was a nobody. They said you're whack, you're corny, you a nobody. They said you're whack, you're corny, you a nobody. Ain't nobody gonna love you or respect you at the end of the day or show up for you. It'd be the thought process for me. Not everybody's meant for you, and that's okay. They sat there and laughed and said at the end of the day, don't nobody mess with you. Don't nobody want to deal with you. But when you realize at the end of the day, the mindset of someone ignorant, low vibrational, saying that they real at the end of the day only for their mask to fall off. When they come to common sense at the end of the day, they was never real. And only for you to realize at the end of the day how mature you truly are. Regardless if you got kids or not. You knew how to respect your neighbor. Because everybody wasn't supposed to be part of your journey. And that's so right. Because when you pay your bills, take care of yourself, your name is up on there. Your name is the only one there. And when you self-reflect at the end of the day, I choose peace, not violence. The energy is different. They would never understand when they try to antagonize you that day that you didn't get out of character because we all not the same. I said what I said. It's a thought process for me. The lack of awareness. Folks saying that they so real. Didn't matter at the end of the day if you got kids or not at the end of the day. A lot of folks at the end of the day lack common sense. Regardless if you got kids or not, and I say that respectfully. But I truly hope that you find peace within your own lane. Neighbor, sneak this at me. Yeah, I said what I said. It's the thought process for me. So never get discouraged, or let alone someone dimming your light. They threw spell work at you in a toxic way. They don't understand how you keep getting up, showing up for yourself each and every day. Only to realize at the end of the day, you truly protected. They not understanding at the end of the day that the good God is truly protecting you. And you was never the issue. Someone projected a drama at the end of the day, thinking everybody's the same when it comes to he say, she say. Because everybody don't tie their shoe the same. It really be the thought process when it comes to someone's vocabulary, when it come to you. And you ain't have malicious intentions. You was just in your own lane, elevating, minding your business, but you knew how to respect your neighbor. Congratulations, neighbor. I hope you feel better, neighbor. I hope everything works out in your favor, neighbor. I ain't got to discourage you at the end of the day, besides uplift you. That's what the good God wants. God is kind, God is respectful, God is love. It really be the thought process for me. Not everybody's meant to be part of your table at the end of the day, and God will truly allow you to see. So never get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. No need to apologize, and I say that respectfully. Because you have malicious intentions, and God was showing you at the end of the day. Be careful when judging a book by its cover when it comes to someone truly minding their business and they know how to go with that. It really be the thought process for me. Just because you had abandonment issues, lack of love, your guardian did not know how to love you. They didn't know how to respect you. They didn't know how to show up for you. They took your kindness or weakness to paint you out to be somebody you truly wasn't. Because they lack awareness at the end of the day. They threw spoke at you in a toxic way. They didn't show you unconditional love, let alone respect. But you still knew how to respect somebody. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, that unhealthy relationship, it didn't work out. But you didn't have to go tick for tack with somebody at the end of the day to dim your light when it came to someone else's pain. And when you knew how to treat them right. We are all not the same. It's a thought process for me. My content is not for everybody. It's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. It's not. You know, we all come from a different walk of life. We do. Regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. You can disagree to agree at the end of the day, but it's called respect, neighbor. With no malicious intentions, and stay in your lane. Everybody wasn't brought up on common sense. Everybody wasn't brought up on respect. Because a lot of folks at the end of the day was brought up on lack of respect, the lack of love. You put a name in your book at the end of the day. Didn't even recognize what you actually experienced until you actually had to experience pain. That wasn't love at the end of the day, let alone that wasn't respect. That was disrespect, the lack of love at the end of the day. And I just want to treat myself right. It'd be the thought process for me. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. And because you wasn't taught something at the end of the day, that does not mean discourage somebody because they know. That does not mean play somebody close not to see them woke because you don't know. And someone else is able to show for themselves, to understand self-control and have respect for their neighbor and understand the definition of self-awareness at the end of the day. Someone loves themselves, and because they love themselves, they know how to respect their neighbor. Regardless of their walk of life, regardless of their sexual orientation at the end of the day, they know how to treat themselves right and respect their neighbor in the process, not to have malicious intentions, discourage their neighbor, besides uplift their neighbor. And God is showing them the way. Because God did not create us to go against each other, to kick each other down. And I say that respectfully. I do not worship the devil regardless of my sexual orientation. And I say that respectfully, neighbor. So be mindful and wise when judging a book by its cover. It really be the thought process for me when someone sits there and say, I'm grown, I'm real. If you're so real at the end of the day, you wouldn't be a hate in disguise. You would stay in your lane and then put all that animosity, energy into self and love self and find peace within self instead of worried about somebody else at the end of the day when they just minding their business and you looking for a reaction out of them to get attention at the end of the day. Something that you seeking that you actually really got to go within and realize at the end of the day you poked the bear, didn't like the reaction, only for you to self-reflect to mentally go within that you're truly mentally unstable. Need a straight body jacket on your way to the ER. Doctor, what's the prescription diagnosis for this fool? Leave innocent people alone. It's the thought process to me. My content ain't for everybody. And I say that respectfully. It's sad and disgusting how your neighbor gotta sit there and try to humiliate you or disrespect you because of lack of confidence that they have for themselves. The lack of respect that they have for themselves, and they say that they so real. You bothering an innocent person, that does not make you real. That you're a bully. Bully, stay in your lane, bully. Bully, stay in your lane, bully. Regardless to how old you are, it be the thought process to me. They come in all different shapes and sizes. You'd be so surprised at the end of the day. You'd be so surprised, like, wait, did you really have malicious intentions, neighbor? It really be the thought process to me. How when you getting yourself together at the end of the day, you recognize that everybody wasn't supposed to be part of your journey and God was truly protecting you that day. You wasn't getting discouraged because someone didn't see your view. Recognizing your faith at the end of the day with no malicious intentions because you chose you. Never get discouraged. And I say that respectfully. Always move accordingly. It really be the thought process for me. My content ain't for everybody. I only move accordingly at the end of the day. Hater. They continue to multiply. You know what's so sad and disturbing to see? How someone knew how to respect their neighbor. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. And allow their neighbor to know at the end of the day, everybody is not missing part of your journey. They're not. Because those very same folks you had around you for 10, 20, 15 years could be holding you back from becoming your best self version of yourself. Or however long at the end of the day. You could probably just met somebody at the end of the day, 4 or 6 months, and your life just goes downhill and you realizing what's going on today. Having certain folks around you, regardless if it's family or not, at the end of the day, will put you in the mindset of losing yourself. And I say that respectfully. Not everybody's meant to be part of your journey when you understand your priorities, getting yourself in order, and saying what you mean and meaning what you say. At the end of the day, I ain't got to play nobody close at the end of the day not to see them woke. It really be the thought process to me. How folks nowadays really got to pay the next person to see what's going on with somebody. That is so weird to me. I would never sit here and play somebody close at the end of the day not to see them woke. I want everybody to elevate. And I say that respectfully. I ain't got to pray against you. I'm truly praying for you, neighbor. Be mindful and wise when you ask for certain signs from God to show up for you at the end of the day. And only for you to overlook yourself when it comes to your pain. You so used to that low vibrational disrespect energy at the end of the day. You so used to people mistreating you, disrespecting you in an unhealthy way. You don't understand what real looks like up close in person at the end of the day, only for you to truly self-reflect and realize that, dang, I was truly mentally unstable, bothering an innocent person. I need to get in tune with myself today. Putting yourself in secret competition with somebody when he was never part of it. It really be the thought process to me. You know you can't keep up with the good God's timing. Whatever God installed within that child of God, that chosen one, who ain't got to humiliate nobody or have malicious intention. I say that respectfully, because they on a good God's timing, and God is truly protecting them. You not understanding how? You not understanding how? You not understanding how someone continues to show up for themselves when they were supposed to be discouraged, when they were supposed to be mentally unstable, because that's what you projected on them that day. Oh, they not who they say they are. And only for the real at the end of the day, not everybody's the same. These folks out here, they ain't got to wear a mask. At the end of the day, being real, that was part of God's timing. Something that you couldn't get in tune with self-worth. And meaning what you say at the end of the day. It's a thought process to me. Leave innocent people alone. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. My content is not for everybody. And that's okay. Everybody at the end of the day is their own unique identity. Everybody's not the same. How God created you to be, that's how God created you to be. God didn't create you to be like the next person. God did not create you to be like this person, that person. God created you to be your own identity. And for you to be a copycat at the end of the day, you're going to fall short when it comes to common sense you truly lack. Being real, and that's not who you truly are. Be yourself. And I say that respectfully. Because keeping up with God at the end of the day, you ain't going to understand the lesson. Because you lack self-awareness. And I say that respectfully. It's a thought process to me. But I truly hope, neighbor, one day that you find peace within to love yourself and find your own identity. And allow you to become your best self version of yourself. It's a thought process for me. Loving yourself is not a crime. Healing trauma and pain from a child point of view going into adulthood, it would never be an overnight process, let alone it's not a race. It's not a race. It is not a race. It is not. It's a thought process to me. I truly appreciate your time, to the genuine ones only. I hope your day is coming along well, and if not, I truly hope that your days are brighter and better moving forward, and that you truly find peace within to become your best self vision of yourself. You know, when it comes to healing trauma and pain, it's not an overnight process. It's not. But it starts with you on your timing at the end of the day. It's not nobody else's timing. Because when you sit by yourself and you lack self-awareness and you're sitting there crying, beyond crying, and asking for the right direction, nobody will ever understand your pain. Nobody will ever understand at the end of the day you're not trying to dim your light today. They don't know what you're battling by yourself. You wear a mask so well, and you just want to show up as your best self vision of yourself. Never get discouraged at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully. And I don't know who needs to hear this. If you feel like psyching yourself out your own freedom, and I say this respectfully, you are loved. Yeah, they gave up on you. They overlooked you. They try to psych you out your thought process. They try to humiliate you in the most unhealthiest way. Say that you wasn't going to be nobody. You're not worthy. That sickness got you feeling like at the end of the day that you are not worthy of loving you. You are loved. Do not give up on yourself. Don't mislead yourself becoming your worst enemy. That's what the enemy wants you to do. And I say that respectfully. So continue to be patient with your process. Choose you when they misuse you. Choose you when they overlooked you. Choose you when they gave up on you. You went from a non-believer to a believer at the end of the day because God works in mysterious ways. Don't pray against yourself. Pray for yourself. And be mindful and wise who you allow to pray for you, because all prayer is not a good prayer. And I say that respectfully when you least expect it, because the devil works in mysterious ways and God don't like ugly. It's a thought process for me. So if you're sending me the evil eye at the end of the day, I truly hope that you find peace within yourself at the end of the day, because I'm going to continue to choose me. It's a thought process for me. And no, I'm not going to shut up until God tells me to. It's the thought process for me, because God works in mysterious ways and God loves me and God loves you. My content is not for everybody. And loving yourself is not a crime. And never dim your light or get discouraged at the end of the day because of the fact that someone lacks confidence and you choosing yourself to better yourself, to understand at the end of the day, I'm not getting discouraged today. I'm allowing myself to choose myself. I'm allowing myself to show up for me today. I'm allowing myself to be a firm believer within my hope at the end of the day that, wow, I trust my process because God has shown me the way. God is showing me at the end of the day the obstacles that's placed in front of me. It's going to be a challenge within a challenge, but I choose me. I got out the bed, barely was able to get out the bed this morning, but God was directed me. I was barely able to make me something to eat today, but God was directing me. I'm dealing with a situation within a situation of being homeless right now, but God is directing me because I'm not praying against myself. I'm praying for myself. I'm dealing with a sickness right now, and I don't know which direction to turn. I feel like I'm losing myself. I feel like I'm going through the motions of the motion. I'm done. I understand it's showing up for myself, but God is directing me because I'm not praying against myself. And I'm allowing myself to continue to show up because God is allowing me to see another day for all the right reasons. Regardless who gave up on you, who overlooked you, you are loved by genuine folks who are not going to disrespect you, and respect is going to be a two-way street with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. You matter and you are worthy. Don't get discouraged today, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody, but I say this respectfully, neighbor. Have a safe weekend. And to the genuine ones only, and I say this respectfully, it's not that you think you're better than somebody at the end of the day, because you was willing and able to choose you. You was willing and able to choose you, to understand the sacrifice you was willing to make not to become a victim when they mistreated you. You was willing and able to go within and understand the wounds that was installed within you, that it wasn't going to be an overnight process, but you was truly praying for you. Trauma and pain endured through you from a child point of view. Yes, it went into your adulthood. Trauma on top of trauma, trauma on top of trauma, pain on top of pain. But you are worthy not to be mentally unstable. You matter, you're worthy. My content is not for everybody. It's not. But God loves you. God is kind. God is not disrespectful. God is patience. And God shows up when you least expect it. And God is not for sale. And I don't worship the devil, and I say that respectfully, because all money ain't good money. To the genuine ones only, have a safe day, have a safe week, have a safe month, have a safe year, have a safe day. Protect your energy. Not everybody is meant to be part of your journey. Regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age, you matter and you are worthy. They showed you lack of love. They showed you lack of respect. They didn't know how to show up for you and be there for you. They wasn't rooting you on, but you had to show up for yourself to be your biggest cheerleader when they tried to dim your life to discourage you that day. You matter. You do. My content is not for everyone. It's not. But be mindful and wise when you judge a book by its cover. Especially when someone doesn't have that animosity towards you, neighbor. It's a thought process for me. Loving yourself is not a crime. So never allow someone to allow you to feel like dimming your light was part of God's timing, because it wasn't. Pray for you, not against you. The enemy doesn't like that, but continue to choose you. Now you're genuine love, respect. I am the original of all of my content. I say that respectfully. Peace and respect, say respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Peace and respect, say respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. It's the thought process for me. Loving yourself. Show up for yourself to better yourself at the end of the day. Never get discouraged because the enemy's praying against you at the end of the day. Pray for yourself in the most healthiest way for protection from the good God. When you don't worship the devil, the energy is different. God works in mysterious ways when you least expect it. When that money, all money ain't good money. It's not. All money is not good money. The same way the good God will bless you, the good God will take it away from you. The same way the enemy would bless you, the enemy would take it away from you. So be mindful and wise what you put it into the universe, and I say that respectfully. And be mindful who you playing with spell work on. You gonna mess around and find out you're only playing in your own face. Class in session, I gotta go. Now you're genuine love, respect. It's the thought process of me. Have a good day. Gotta go. Thank you for your time to the genuine ones only. Now you're genuine love, respect.